Hey, and a news update for March the 22nd, 2018. Right here at Harbor Square Complex Unit. Right here at 423. Zip code 23111 in Hanover County. County 4111. Okay, let's get the news today. Well, it looks like this. We have the guy that was 23 years old who was responsible for the Austin bombings, sending out these packages that were randomly sent out. We found out they weren't not part of a plan. As FBI went in there to inspect his apartment, they found a cell phone that appeared to have his confession on it. A 23-year-old young adult man living in an apartment, upon inspecting the phone, he confessed to the crime. He is a mentally disturbed man, highly mentally disturbed. He ended up taking his life when an incinerator device killed him. A 23-year-old man who was responsible for 6 bombings that were sent in packages and killed 5 people in the Austin, Dallas area. I hope I said that right. Also, Toys R Us, many shoppers around the nation today were disappointed when they went to these Toys R Us stores to find out if they had discount sales as they were advertised. Since the company is going out of business right now, they are all over the world, going out of business worldwide. They've been in business for more than 60 years. We said 70 years, but all those 800 stores are going out of business. And of course, when customers went there, they were shocked to find, and they were confused. A state of confusion broke out there. No violence, though, as far as I know. Hope not. But they said that there was an advertisement saying that they would have reduced prices at these stores, and when they come to find, they were regular priced, and there were no liquidation or sales going on. But some sources say that the liquidation sales could start as early as Friday or Monday. But yet, Channel 6, a member from Channel 6, WTVR Channel 6, called them. They could not get a response from the corporate offices because many of the corporate offices around the country are actually closing. How ironically. So we don't know when these liquidations are going to begin, but they could begin any time now as a sign that really officially that Toys R Us is going out of business. I hate to see them go because they were such a wonderful store. Like I said yesterday in our yesterday's news segment, they have been around for more than 60 years, 60, 70 years, give or take. And it's just sad to see that they're going out of business, and it's a shame that they couldn't have paid back that $5 billion that they got in debt with their creditors. So sorry to see that happening to Toys R Us. And Babies R Us, that was a good store too. My sister Jo Lynn bought supplies there for both of my nieces when they were born. They bought a lot of stuff there. They had really nice quality stuff for babies. They had everything. It was like, my sister called it the baby store that was like heaven for babies, and she was right. I went there with her, looking at all the strollers and prices. They were pretty nice. I mean, they're well made and had everything in there for babies. It was awesome. It was nice to go around there helping her pick stuff out for her babies when I went with her that one time. And we got to talk, and she was showing me the store. And it was very nice. So anyway, it's just the same to see them all going out of business. But be in prayer that other people because all these people are going to lose work that work there. They're all going to be out of a job here soon. So pray that another job they'll be able to get fairly quick. All these cashiers and managers at these stores, local level, and the corporate level, will be able to relocate and get a job fairly quickly. Because sometimes it takes up to 6 months to almost a year to get employment, gainfully employed. Because of all the screening and all the background scrutiny that the government's doing with the applications and all. These days, that's what slows it all down. I mean, I remember when I could get a job in about 2 weeks. But now, with all this new stuff they're doing, it takes about 6 months to a year. With all this extra screening and all this other crap they got in place that they didn't have 20-some years ago. So, but anyway, in the news and other stories, former Governor Wyler is suing VCU for some dispute that broke out there she said that her secretary there that worked there while she was there was harassed against, and this $500,000 settlement going towards VCU, and of course they don't. They said basically back in comment, they said they don't comment on any personnel issues, which is pretty standard or normal. They don't talk about stuff like that. Most places don't, especially when there's an investigation and when there's a probe looking at the school, because it could put the school in a bad light. And plus, it's pretty. Really, the truth is the school's not a bad school, I don't think. But the thing is, they don't talk about things like this so soon, because it's too soon to talk about it, because all those things have to be worked out in court and through the system and that sort of thing. And that's a normal kind of response that a school or a college or university would give in response to rhetorical to that question that was asked. And that's not out of the ordinary. That's pretty normal speak. But anyway, I like to just say that I hope that whatever happens there, that justice will be served. If something was wrong that somebody did there or people did to the person that was working there, that was either related to Gov Wyler, who was a former governor of Richmond, Virginia, or whatever happened, or a friend or secretary or whatever, hopefully they can work this out peacefully, and hopefully it won't be a bloody court bath and try to do something bad to the school, because VCU is a good school, good university, and there's a lot of good things they're doing. So I hope this doesn't do nothing to them as a result of this, thing, because it's really silly why people have to go to court for everything now. It's just like, when I got that eviction notice, the voluntary eviction notice, it doesn't really say 30-day on there or anything. It just says eviction. So when I said it says just take note of the eviction notice you received, it's the same thing. It's not even a real eviction, because it's not a 30-day notice. It doesn't say that. It just says take note of your eviction notice. So that can't be a real eviction, because by law it has to have a court date with it, because it's not written like it would say take note of your 30-day notice. It didn't say that. No, it said take note of your eviction notice. So it's not even a real eviction notice, because it has to have a court date always attached to it by law in the state of Virginia, which it did not have. So I think we're going to be okay. I really do. I don't know what's going to happen here with landlord or with these other cats that have been harassing me all the time. But I can tell you, she can go down there and get that restraining order. I think she's wasting her money and time, because if I have to move, I'll be moving anyway. But if I don't move, she'll be moving, so I won't be bothering her anymore, because she won't be here. So, she'll be moving out. And that'll be fine with me, because I wasn't bothering her to begin with when she was here. She was always bothering me and spreading and disseminating all kinds of lies around, like she's continuing to do. And she don't talk to me, that's right. But she does talk about me through this community, because I always hear about it. And I know where it came from, because it sounds just like her language, how she speaks. Because, it always goes back to Patricia Tyler and Barbara Poe, because that's where it's all come from. So, yeah, they don't say nothing to me, that's right. But they do talk about me a lot around here. Anyway, let's get back to the news. In other news, let's move away from Harbor Square. And a situation there with these cats that have been harassing me all the time for 7 years I've been here. But let's get into the other news. Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Facebook, has admitted that they're going to do step-up measures and go after the people who improperly use data, improperly use Facebook data, that is, due to how it was used for the election, for the Trump and Hillary election, how that was improperly used. And the CEO, Bill Zuckerberg, said to the news media today that he was going to do what he could to make sure this doesn't happen again. And I know we heard things like this similarly, because other things happened on Facebook before, so we'll have to see what happens for that. But hopefully he will put a stop to this, or go after these people who have used the data, and probably over 50 million users have been affected by this data breach on Facebook, because it was improperly collected or colored or skewered or calculated, or however they did it. But anyway, it was improperly done because they got access to too much personal information from users. So you could be affected, and you may get a note if you were affected. They'll let you know through the app that you have, or while you're online, they'll notify you. And I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to give you money or anything, I don't know. To compensate you or something, I don't know. But anyway, just be looking out for that. If you've been affected, you don't know it, you'll get a pop-up in your browser on your app while you're using it through your phone or tablet. So look out for that, and they might get some extra money for that because the data was improperly used. So they may have some money for you. It might get a little bit from something from that. Possibly. That's what they're talking about, the details on that. So be looking for that, because he vows to make sure it doesn't happen again, and he's sorry that it happened, because if we can't provide a good service, then we might as well not provide this service for users since it's being used incorrectly. That's what he said. So he's vowed to look into it. He said he would gladly go and appear before the Congress in Washington if he was asked to cooperate in any way in this matter possible. And that's from Bill Zuckerberg. So I think it's what he said was good. And I hope that he really means what he says. Because I know, he said some other stuff like, if people are going to put all their data in the past, is what he said. How in the world should they fucking trust me? Like, we don't care about your data. That's what he said in the past. In so many words, that's what he said. So now he's got this new, attitude. Like he's going to try to do whatever it takes to go after those who use the data improperly. So we hope that he really keeps that motto up, because people put a lot of things on Facebook, like photos. They share the stories on there. They put all kinds of things on there, private. They put their kids' videos on there. I mean, I see all kinds of things on there. And it's okay to have it on there, but if some bad person got in there and they could hack into your account, it would really could find out everything about you. And sometimes I think that's how these robberies happen to people, because people are using Facebook and they're able to hash your password, and they get in there somehow, these bad people, that is, and this is the way how they find out where you live, and they come and steal your children or rob you, because they know everything about you, because they've been looking at your profile and seeing what you're posting up. That's why I always say be careful what you post up. And if you do put stuff on your children, you need to blur their faces out, online if they're underage especially. You shouldn't really be putting things out there with your children, wearing bathing suits or being in their underwear or anything of that nature, because that should not be out online anyway. But a lot of people are doing that. And even though it's on your Facebook private page and only your friends can see it, if you get hacked, then other people can also see it too, because it's not hard to hack something like that. If someone real bad wanted to, it's not that hard to do. So I'm just saying, you need to make sure people are wearing clothes in their ad, nothing just their underwear or anything like that, because that stuff could haunt you, or somebody bad could come after your child and kidnap them because of all the stuff you're putting out on Facebook. Be careful what you post and how you post things, folks. I've always said this all the time, for your benefit. It's always important to blot out the faces, meaning blur their faces if they're underage. Blur their faces so that these people don't get a good description of them when you put it out. If you have a way to digitally do that, do it on your computer before you send the videos out. It's recommended. That's what law enforcement says, and FBI. That will help curb child abductions in this country. It will help that a lot, because they won't have a good idea or good look at the child's face. That's a good idea. And the way things are so digital now, that's another thing. They can actually get stuff from other places, because what they do is go on Facebook. That's where they would probably start if they're a bad person. And they would probably go and look in other databases and pull up birth certificates and things like that off the dark web. So what I'm saying, this is probably what these people do. I'm not a person that would do this, but I have stopped people from doing this. But I know that's what they can do, because I work with computers and I do a lot of computer work, and that's the kind of work I do, is stop bad people. So this is what I'm telling you as a good person to everyone out here on Facebook and anywhere else, or on Snapchat or Pinterest or wherever you're at, or Rabbit or whatever media you use. I'm just throwing these out. I'm not on all these things, but I can tell you that they're out there. I'm a computer guy. That's how we stop predators. That's how we get these people. That's how we get, like a lady that was going around, how she was doing it is she was going to restaurants and stealing women's wallets. She would prey on women. She would get near them and talk to them, and when they weren't looking, she would reach in their purse and take their purse or their wallet, and then go on a credit card shopping spree. That was just around here in Virginia, and that was last night. This has come from WTVR Channel 6. The funny thing is, this lady's not in jail. She's free tonight. So I don't know how in the world she got free by stealing all those cards, because say that this girl's got about 20, I think it's 18 or 20 class 4 felonies and 2 misdemeanors on her record, and she's free tonight. So I don't know if she had money from all the money she stole from all these people, or she was able to get a bond, but she's out, and she's not in jail when she should be in jail for stealing all those people's cards and taking advantage of them like that at restaurants. She'd get over there, talk to them. While she's talking to them, she would get them distracted. She'd reach in there and steal their purse, the whole purse, or just the wallet, if she could just get a hold of that, and go on a shopping spree. And she could go to stores like Target, Best Buy, just some of those stores, Home Depot, buying household items, TVs, electronics, clothes, that sort of thing. It's like she's a 55-year-old woman, white woman, and she was doing these horrible things to 20 women. That's horrible. But, that's what you do. So be careful about when you go out shopping. Make sure you keep your stuff on you and don't have your purse unattended. Don't leave your purse unattended, and always keep it like in your lap. And always, I would carry your stuff on your waist like a fanny pack. Fanny packs are better. Just put all your credit cards and all your money, ladies, especially you ladies. Carry a fanny pack. It's a little thing that wraps around your waist that you put on there. It might look a little nerdy, but they have designer ones that look actually really cool that can go with your outfit, and they don't really cost a lot. But at least they'll keep your credit cards from being stolen from somebody going in your purse, because you won't have it there because you'll have all that stuff on your waist. So they're not going to grab it off your waist because you would feel that. So if you wear a fanny pack and put it underneath your skirt, they wouldn't even know you had it. And, you could go to the bathroom and pull out your credit card to pay your bill. And then after you pay the bill, you can put it back in your fanny pack. Go in the bathroom, put it back in your fanny pack. Like you're freshening up, but really you're just doing some undercover, so your stuff is safe and hidden and out of sight. You know what I mean? So that's the way you have to be these days, because there's these people that are preying on people, and there may be more people doing that. But it's just glad that, it's glad that they caught the Austin, Texas bomber, package guy. And it's good that he is dead, and it's good that I hope and pray there's no copycats from that stems from that. Also, in other news, I-95 was shut down yesterday. I mean, it was all over the news. I mean, Channel 6 reported it due to a man that was being chased by the police, and then of course he got out and he was flashing and brandishing a weapon, flashing it around at the police. And then the other cops came in and snipers came in and they shot him in the chest, and they killed him right there on the spot. They shut down 95 boat direction yesterday, and he was shot around 5:15 in the evening on the 21st yesterday. And that was right on I-95 right outside Richmond, Virginia. So that was just yesterday. So anyway, all kinds of crazy stuff going on, folks. And like I said, we get the news to you. It's a shame that we got to report this stuff. It'd be nice to report good stuff. But like I said, be looking for our In the News spiritual segment coming up in the next broadcast here just in a few minutes after this. Or whenever this goes out, just be looking for our spiritual news, and you'll hear about some good news there. But of course, there's some bad news there too, because we had to talk about that in the spiritual world, because we are under constantly spiritual warfare and attack. So I'd like to say hi to Janine Brown once again, and Mrs. Linda Price and HUD, and also the delegate of Virginia who's watching. Thanks for watching today. Love y'all, and take care.